But overall, I think it's hilarious. But like you said, speaking of craziness and speaking of wildness, and it is kind of. Oh, you want to talk about the yard sale?
You want to talk about the yard sale real quick?
Because here's
I
because
want
here's
to
the
talk
banner.
about the yard
Here's the banner I had for it. And you know what? I'm with you on it
sale.
because I actually have it pulled up.
I mean, like I said, the AstroTurf sales are out of this world.
Yeah.
So apparently, come across an article where the AstroTurf for Kenan Stadium was actually for sale. Like they actually had it's the 12 pieces as you can see here for sale of the entire center logo of midfield. And it was and the current bid at the time was $500. I went and looked. I tried to look this up on Facebook. I did not remember who the guy was. I should have looked up the seller
Oh
first before I did it.
man.
Just went straight there. But if you can find it and it's still on sale, you could be one lucky individual that could own his own piece of North Carolina history and walk on it and it
Bro,
not be disrespectful. You could put this,
I ain't gonna lie, the
and
guy
this
at the
this is
bottom.
going for and this is going for all the husbands out there. This you could put this
In the
in the
man cave, dog.
hold on in the backyard or the front yard to your wife's disgruntlement because she's gonna argue this. She's gonna look at you and tell you why are you wasting our money on this, and you're gonna look at her like I don't think you understand how important this is. I don't think you see the opportunities that I'm about to bestow upon this family. AKA, I'm about to buy this.
Oh
And
my
she's going to ask
goodness.
you where in the world are you going to put it, and you're going to tell her wherever the hell I want. That's what you're going to tell her.
I
And then
mean,
what she's
yeah.
going to do as soon as it gets to your house, and you find out you don't have 40 yards worth of yard to put this in, it's going to sit in the garage, and she's going to be mad as
not
fuck
not
next to
40
for the
yards
next
worth of yard.
because in the garage feel like 40 yards across. You don't have 40 yards worth of a yard.
Listen, you got 40 yards worth of yard, and when you realize you ain't got 40 yards worth of yard, in the attic,
Matter of
in
fact,
the attic,
matter of fact,
in the crawl
matter of
space.
fact, matter of fact, you live in an apartment complex. You don't have a yard to begin with. So you're putting this somewhere in that house. In
Hey,
that two
that
bedroom apartment that y'all barely been affording, but you spent that rent money on this. She's
hey,
gonna look at you mad for a while.
if
But
your
you know
rent five
what? You're
hundred
gonna be
dollars,
proud of,
first of
but you know
all,
what you're gonna say to that?
I
You know what
got
you're gonna say to that?
Keenan Allen.
I
I got
have
Keenan Stadium turf.
actual field. Every time you bring your homeboys over, the first thing you show them is this
Hey,
AstroTurf right here. You know what? Sure, all these people out here making money all these ways, but you know what? You're spending yours to be a fan.
hey, you know
You're
what's gonna
spending
keep me
yours.
warm at night?
You know
This
what's gonna keep you?
turf.
That's right. This AstroTurf. Oh, I was so glad I was able to make that. I was so
Bro,
glad I was able to do that. That was
oh
the
my
listen.
god, you know what's gonna keep me warm at night? This
It's gonna keep you
Astro turf.
warm. That AstroTurf.
Bro,
That right
so
there.
I have to ask the question, and it comes to my head: who green lights that sale? Like, how does
My
that
thing is,
happen? Who
my
gets
thing is,
who
my thing
complete
is,
like
I think,
all
I
the
think an
in
employee, I think an employee snuck pieces out over time as they were doing the construction. It was like, you know what? Nobody's gonna miss it.
bro? Because then not only that, let's be honest. That is 40 yards worth of yard, right? That is the entire center logo, 12 pieces.
Oh, and that's just from the bottom to the top. That's
Right.
about That's about 30 yards wide of a logo.
You're getting all that. And I'm gonna be real. For only $500,
At the time.
I'm saying though,
At the
for
time.
$500, I get the entire center logo.
I have the official center logo of the North Carolina Tar Heels.
As listen,
Five hundred
I'm
dollars.
listen, husbands, boyfriends, significant others out there, you in the football. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Because I had this rule. Once a year, I am allowed to splurge on something stupid for myself. That is my rule. I do it every year. I will make a dumb purchase that makes my inner child happy. This could be your one dumb purchase that makes your inner child happy.
That is your one dumb one. That is your one dummy purchase.
Like,
get there.
Like I make sure, like me and my girl, we get one purchase per year where we can't question it. You know what I mean? Like, listen, that's your dummy purchase for the year. That's your dummy purchase for the year. So I think
anytime the tax refunds come through.
I mean, I feel like that's a lot of people.
I get my one dummy purchase anytime the tax refunds come back because I can do whatever I want with it.
So I got
as long as the bills are paid.
So how often do you think sales like this happen though?
Not often enough, in my opinion. Because I can lie. When I first saw the article and it said turf for sale with logo, I 100% thought it was just going to be like a small section, like the little corner down here.
Yeah.
Or like
I thought it was going to be pieces. I'll be honest.
Or you got like a piece of like
one piece.
Yeah, or like you got a piece of like the A from the end zone or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that's selling for $500. I'm like, okay, you know what? That's a ripoff. But you get the whole logo for that's 12 pieces of AstroTurf. Right.
That's all. Listen, man. Right. 12 pieces of AstroTurf for the entire thing. And I have to ask you this thing. With all that being and seeing that they're selling AstroTurf logos, what UNC niche item would you buy from the stadium? What's a niche random item if they allowed you to buy it for a decent price, $500 or less? Would you buy?
From the if it was in the stadium, it was in the concession stand.
It was in the stadium, and they allowed you to buy it.
One of the chairs from the locker room.
Ooh.
Like one of the seats.
That's a good one. Oh, okay.
Because have you seen them locker rooms?
Okay. Hey, that's actually a good one. I can't even front. That's a nice. Now you got me.
That's what I'm saying.
Sitting there thinking about that. Now I got to reevaluate what I was thinking of. You know what? Along the lines of the logo, I don't know where I'm gonna put it. I don't know where I could fit it. But if it's $500 or less, I'm buying the Jumbotron. If it's $500 or less, I don't know where I'm gonna put it. I don't know where I can fit it. But it's gonna just sit there in my backyard that I don't have of my apartment complex, and I see it on the third story across the way. I mean, think about it. If I ever want to have a movie night, I'm having the greatest movie night in the community. Imagine Star Wars on that. I'm having a field day. But
I mean, listen.
You talk about like logically IMAX quality. Yes,
IMAX quality.
Yes, to the fullest. To the fullest.
Yeah, because like you probably weren't even thinking about the locker rooms. You were thinking about everything.
Oh, listen, I wasn't. I'll give you that. You said locker room. I said, ooh.
I was like, I remember recently seeing LSU's locker room, and I'm like,
nah, LSU and Clemson's locker rooms, and Georgia's too. I think Georgia's
Georgia's.
Bro, they put.
I don't even know what Bama's look like, but I can only imagine what Bama's look like. All that money that came through there, Bama and Ohio State.
Think about it. Here's the other thing. Think about it. Bama ain't got no pro team. So you know that's where all the top money is.
All that money going to college.
All it goes there.
All of it.
So you know them seats are nice.